Renault aims to disrupt the market with this sub 4 meter 7-seat people mover. Wait a minute, is that even possible? Well, Datsun did try that formula with its Go Plus, but that didn't really turn out too well. So what is Renault doing differently that it's decided to tread down this difficult path so confidently? Let's find out. For starters, Renault definitely seems to have got the styling right, and for a market like India, that's very important.
The face is dominated by the signature 3-slat Renault grille and rather sleek looking projector headlamps. There's a muscular scoop on the bonnet while the LED DRLs sit low in their special recess. The side profile gives away its MPV-ish intentions, but even then it's designed very well with flared wheel arches and a rather heavy shoulder line that extends from the A-pillar all the way to the wraparound tail lamps. The rear is the least interesting angle with a really tall tailgate and a 4 bash plate. But overall, Renault has done very well with the Triber's design, giving it a good mix of MPV and crossover elements.
Flexible seating is what Renault is pushing at, so let's take a look at that first. So this is the regular 5-seat mode minus the last 2 seats. So this is the 2-seat surf mode, and you can keep a surfboard over here. But is surfing really that popular in India? Well, I think they should rename it to something more relevant like a cycling mode or something like that. And this is the fully loaded 7-seat mode. Now this isn't an ideal 7-seater. So at best it's a 5+ 2-seater with the last row ideal for last moment passengers.
Boot space with 5 seats in place, the Triber gets a very impressive 625 litres. However, with 7 seats, that figure comes down to a barely usable 84 litres.
Talking about appearance, you get a dual tone affair all around, and it's quite a trendy looking dashboard.
Renault has always been known to make very practical cabins, and the Triber is no different. You get dual glove boxes, door pockets capable of holding 500 ml bottles, and plenty of nooks and crannies. This RXZ variant also gets dual front airbags, touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto through an 8-inch display, button start with keyless entry, vents for the second and third row, and a cooled glove box. Another very convenient feature is the auto roll up and down for the windows.
Powering the compact Triber is an even more compact 1-litre naturally aspirated petrol engine, and you get it with either a 5-speed manual gearbox or a 5-speed AMT. But the question here is, will it be enough to carry a load of 7 passengers? Well, the answer to that is a yes and a somewhat no. Around town, the 3-pot 1-litre engine's 71 bhp and 96 Nm of torque is pretty adequate, and it's got good drivability too. But head out on the highway and the lack of torque becomes pretty evident.
Overtaking needs planning, and revving beyond 4000 rpm becomes pointless with the engine screaming its lungs out. Gear shifts are on the notchier side, and the Triber just does not like to be hurried at all. We just wish it had some form of forced induction to make it a little more peppier.
Ride and handling is an area of expertise for Renault, and they hardly get it wrong. The Triber is extremely compliant over bad roads, and the damping is set just right.
While we didn't really get to push it into the corners, we're sure it won't disappoint. The steering feels light at low speeds and weighs up nicely as one goes faster.
Prices for the Triber start at Rs 4.95 lakhs and goes up to Rs 6.49 lakhs for this top of the line RXZ variant. So for the price of a fully loaded WagonR AMT, you get this 5+ 2-seater Triber. The Triber is attractive to look at, it's got plenty of handy features and has space for 7 passengers. Sure, it could do with a little more power, but at this price, the Triber is sure to rack up a lot of buyers.